Hey guys, it's Laura. Welcome to my story. So, this will be the third time I'm filming a video today. This video, specifically, for today, because the first story that I read it, I finished the video, I watched it back, and I realized it wasn't something that needed to be shared in this political climate. I'm not going to share what story it is, but I don't want to stir the pot. I don't want to do anything like that, so I decided not against reading it. So I decided to redo it. And so I decided to read The Wanderings of Odysseus again. Odysseus, one of the two. Of Greek mythology again. And with the Lotus-Eaters. Okay? I had the video all set. It was ready to go up. And because I filmed on my phone, I went ahead and deleted the video off my phone because I put it on my flash drive. Well, when I was uploading Friday's video, the Prisoner of Azkaban video, I was going to my flash drive and I saw something that, wait, I'm not supposed to have that many videos of story time. I have 7 storytime videos up so far. This will be number 8. So I realized, wait, why do I have 8 storytime videos on my flash drive when I only have 7 on my channel? So I deleted the number 8 one. And then I realized, crap, that is the video for this Tuesday. So I went on my phone to see if I could find it, and I remembered that I deleted it. So I'm having to refilm reading this story. And it kind of upsets me because it's so annoying. So here we go. I will be reading from, I'm not going to say it because I cannot, for the life of me, say the word. Reading from this book. I cannot say this word. And because I know somebody's might say something in the comments, I'm gonna try. Myths. It's my yes. Myth I can do. Add an S on the end? It ain't happening. I'm reading Greek mythology. There we go. And because I'm reading the Percy Jackson series. And this review will actually be up either this Friday or next Friday. I have to check my planner. Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I decided to read Greek mythology because that's what goes with this. So I'm very excited to read that. And I'm very excited to do the video on that. So in this book, you meet the Lotus-Eaters. Spoiler, if you don't know it, I'm sorry. But that is why I'll be reading from Odysseus and the Lotus-Eaters today. So let me crack open the book. Why did I say like that? Crack open this book. Let me open the book and go to the page. There we go. Move that. Also, I have a little visitor over here. If you can see her. This is Dora, if you haven't watched one of my previous videos. She has decided she wants to sleep on my desk. She's the quiet one, so I'm okay with that, although she's very needy at the moment. So, and you will probably get a pop-up of Mia at some point, as always, because she's always hopping up. You good? We good? You scared me. Oh, I'm so sorry. I interrupted you. I'm so sorry. Go back to sleep. Okay. Like I said, I'll be doing the Lotus-Eaters today. And because I'm doing this, when I do the review on this, I'll actually be able to reference these. Which I'm kind of looking forward to. Lego. Okay. This, like I said, this is from The Wandering of Odysseus, The Journey, in my mythology book. It's The Lotus-Eaters. This is not a very long story. It's like a page and a half, maybe. So, let's get going. There is a small little snippet up at the top of the story from Alfred Lord Tennyson, The Odyssey. See right here, this little short thing right here? I'm going to read that, and then I'll start reading the story. Branches they bore of that enchanted stem, laden with flower and fruit, whereof they gave to each. But whoso did receive them, and taste, to him the gushing of the wave, far, far away did seem to mourn and rave, on alien shores, and if his fellow spake. If his fellow spake, his voice was thin as voices from the grave, and deep asleep he seemed, yet all awake. And music in his ears and his beating heart did make. That was, like I said, Lord Alfred Tennyson, The Odyssey. I'm going to lower my chair really quick. Yep, there we go. That makes it a little better to lean. Okay. Let's continue. Because I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the... What are you doing? Are you having fun back there? And because I don't know if you'll be able to read it on this, it says between pages of a book is a lovely place to be. If you're wondering what my computer screen says. Okay. On to the story. I'm rambling, I'm sorry. The powerful winds wrenched and buffeted the wretched ships. Sorry. Carrying them and their dispirited crew far from the point of the cape, ever further from the welcoming shores of Ithaca. The sails were torn, and desperation clung to the men as they struggled against the most powerful of enemies, the sea and the winds themselves. And then, on the 10th day, there was peace. Just beyond the curve of the gentle waves lay land, a southern island from which a pervading and sweet perfume rose languorously into the air. What are you doing? Are you knocking stuff off? She's normally quiet. I don't realize she's there, but she's deciding to make herself known today. I apologize. Ever watchful, Odysseus dared send ashore only 3 men from his depleted crew, and the men prepared the boat, their hearts beating. As their oars cut softly through the waves, an eerie and disquieting lassitude overwhelmed the men. Okay, 1 second. You, what are you doing? Give me that. Are you gonna be good now? Huh? Are you gonna be good? Thank you. Carrying on. Mia, no. Move. Okay. I lost my place. Okay, where was it? Okay. The men prepared the boat, their hearts beating. As their oars cut softly through the waves, an eerie and disquieting lassitude overwhelmed the men. Their trembling hands were warmed and stilled. Their hearts were calmed in their breasts. And there, in front of them, appeared a remarkable being, whose serenity and stillness relaxed the anxious soldiers. With a smile, the creature beckoned them forward, holding out to them, as he signaled, a large and purple flower. The perfume of the flower snaked around the men, entrancing them and drawing them forth. The lotus flower, the creature whispered softly. Sip its nectar. It is our food and drink here in the island of the Lotus-Eaters. It brings peace. With that, the Lotus-Eater raised the flower to the mouth of the men. One by one, drank deeply from its cup. Expressions of pure joy crossed their faces, and their minds and memories were cleared of all but the rich and overwhelming pleasures of the nectar. It is the food of forgetfulness, smiled the Lotus-Eater. Come, join us in the land of indolence. We have no worries here. Odysseus stood on the prow of his ship, a shadow of concern crossing his noble brow. "Remain here," he ordered his men. His smile unusually curt. His senses were buzzing with anticipation. He could feel an uneasy melancholy touching at the corners of his mind, and he angrily shrugged it away. All was not well on the island. He could sense no violence here, but danger lurked in a different cloak. He made his way to shore. There was no sign of his sailors, and he strode purposely in the direction he'd seen them take. He fought the growing ease which threatened to fill his mind, the strength of his character, his cunning forcefully keeping the invading sensation at bay. His men lolled by the fire of a group of beautiful beings. There was no fear among them. They smiled a beatific welcome and signaled that he was to join them. A lotus flower was held up for him to drink, and as he softened, a bell of fear rang in his brain. He curled back his lips and with renewed resolve thrust the flower away. He drew from his pocket a length of rope and hastily tied it to the scabbards of his men. He ignored their weak protest, and with his sword in their bags, forced them back to shore and to the ship. Their eyes were vague, their smiles bloodless. Odysseus and his men were strangers to them, but they went aboard the ship, where they were lashed to the mast until the ship could sail on. The enchantment raised the heads of every man aboard Odysseus' ships. He roared at them to keep their heads down, to pierce their longing with good, clean thoughts. Whew, excuse me. I'm sorry. This is not a sponsor for Dr. Pepper. But if you want to, go ahead. I'll take it. I'm just highly addicted to Dr. Pepper, I'm sorry. Okay, come on. Open! This video is rambling on just because I can't open a bottle. That's how sad it is. Okay. Back to the story. "Think of home," he shouted. "Men," he shouted. "Forget it not, for it is what fires us onwards." And so they were to escape the fruit of the Lotus-Eaters, the life of ease that threatened to overcome them. Odysseus and his men, weakened but still alive, sailed on. So, like I said, I'm reading Greek Mythology right now because I'm reading the Percy Jackson series. And actually, next Tuesday's video will be Perseus and the Gorgon. One of the two. So basically, it'll be Percy Jackson's namesake doing basically the same thing he does in the book. Okay. Sorry if I just gave a spoiler. I'm sorry. But, like, okay. And if y'all saw my Friday video with the Harry Potter review. Oh, I got a burp. I'm sorry. Y'all saw that I did a little book haul. Well, I told you that I had ordered about at least 7 books, right? And I showed you the 3 that I got. The Storyteller's Daughter, The Titan's Curse, and The Killing Reagan. That was for my mother-in-law. Actually, I gave her that book the other day. I gave it to her that Saturday, the next day. And she was so happy. I was so glad to see her and get a hug. Hey. I love my mother-in-law's hugs. Okay, she gets some of the best hugs. Anyway, the reason I mentioned this is I got my second package. I'm so excited. Okay, like I said, you know I got this book, and sorry, I've got them in order right now. And I got these 2 along with The Killing Reagan last week. Well, I literally went to check the mail today. And when I came back, there was a couple of packages sitting on my front step that I had missed when I walked past them. And I was so happy because I got the last of the books. Yay. Okay. First one that I got was The Hobbit. I absolutely adore the movie. Like, it's so good. So I decided to get the book and try to read it. I have a couple of copies of The Lord of the Rings. One of them is actually my husband's copy, and it's this beautiful. Let me get it. It's really pretty. Okay, standing up. It's really pretty. This is my husband's copy of The Lord of the Rings. He's actually never read it, even because he was always so busy he couldn't do it. Oops, sorry, I shook the table. So, but I've got that. I've got this. And to show that I actually do absolutely love the movie. Come on, I like that in the background. There we go. It's cute. I have this. And this is going to be my bookmark for this book. Okay. Like I said, y'all know I have Percy Jackson, Lightning Thief. I have The Sea of Monsters. So that's the first two from the Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Oh my goodness gracious, I can't speak. Alright, and then you know that I just got the third one, Titan's Curse. So that's the first three of this series. Well, the other 4 books, because I did actually get 8 books. The other 4 books that I got were Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth, which is, I've read snippets of the Percy Jackson series. This one's my favorite, because I always found the story of Theseus and Adriana and the Minotaur and the Labyrinth and what's his name? I can't remember his name. Let me peek for a second. What is his name? What's his name? Starts with a D. I know that. Where is it? Daedalus. That's the name I couldn't think of. Always enjoyed that in Greek mythology. And I will probably read those when I get to that book. I'm actually going to order a Greek mythology book, just Greek mythology, so that when I read this, you'll know, because I'm going to do a couple of Greek mythology story times before I do that one. Anyway, then I got, the other one was the last book, The Last Olympian. Okay. So I have all 5 of the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. Okay. Well, Rick Riordan has, I think he has a couple of series for what he calls the Camp Half-Blood Chronicles. And the second half of the second series is the Heroes of Olympus. I got this one. This is the first one, The Lost Hero. And then I didn't realize I got this in hardback until I opened the package. The Son of Neptune, which is the second one. So I think I'm good on books for now. Doesn't mean I'm probably not gonna buy any more, but so I have the first 2 from the second one, the Heroes of Olympus. And I have a lot of books to read. I am going to keep doing my Harry Potter series. I'm not going to do it. It's going to be not when I need a video, but I'm excited I want to do a Harry Potter video. Okay. As you can see, I have a lot of Harry Potter stuff around me. See? So I will always be a Harry Potter fan. It's just, I want to read some more books. I want to read some new books. So, I will be reading. This is going to be a series. And then, when I finally get to these, when I'm done with these, will be a series. The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings and The Storyteller, I am probably not going to do a review on. They will be going in my book journal that I got from Barnes & Noble. This is just a 100 book reading diary for a bibliophile. It's literally, you just see. This is going to be for books that I don't do on my channel. Hopefully I won't fill it up as quickly as I think I might. where is it? Oh, over here. For my reviews, I'll be using this one because it does have questions. It does have all that stuff in it because it does ask questions in it. So this one will be my review notebook. That is a pile of books. That is how high that is. So I'm going to stop rambling now because I've been rambling for a little bit. And I will see y'all guys later. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're being kind to one another. And I hope your story is unfolding the way you want it to. Bye, guys. And I want to try something so. Bye, guys.